So today we're just going to jump right into it. Guess what? I shaved the back of my head. I don't know what I was thinking. I really felt like it would be cool, which I still think so in a way. But you guys can tell me if this look is rocking and you'd also like to try it, because I feel it hasn't limited me and I've gotten the satisfaction that I felt like shaving and actually shaved something off of my head. So I think it's a win-win for me. What do you think? Will you guys tell me? Anyway, let's get into the main part of this video. Is me doing box braids on my hair, and this is the remaining part of my hair. So first I usually just like to go in with a leave-in treatment or conditioner or wherever leave-in, but it should be a treatment just to treat that hair, especially in the scalp just a little and on the roots of my hair, because I don't want them to get weak and break when I'm braiding, because they're going to stay in there for I think I want them to stay there for around 3 weeks to a month, but maybe 3 weeks. Then I'll just comb through, and guess what? I will not have any breakage on my hair, because if you treat your hair, it actually stays on your head. So this is some shea butter, which I'm going to moisturize my hair with first. Also, I just like working on really moisturized hair so that even though I become lazy and forget to oil it, I'm still good to go. Due to the side part that I want to achieve, I divided my hair into those 3 sections that you can see, and I was using Abuja in number 33, number 2, and number 350. I just wanted to blend those in and mix them all up, and then to finish off I got one in color 1/350, and then there are the Peruvian bulk. I know you guys have seen this hair, so this is the one I'm going to use to finish off. I told you these are going to be awesome braids with a twist, and you'll just love them, considering they're really long, super long, and just look gorgeous. So here I have my braid already sectioned and already oiled. I usually use Vaseline to just oil the whole braid. Then I now start sectioning it out, and I'm going to be using a pinky finger size of braid. I want them to be tiny, but to look really boxy and chunky, but in a tiny way. So I just divide them into 2 and make a loop on each other. One is always thinner than the other one, so that when the middle part, so that when they come together, they form equal 3 parts, which you can use to section your hair with. And mind you, when they tangle, make sure that you detangle them thoroughly. That's why I didn't cut that portion of the video. Detangle them thoroughly before you braid them on your hair, because they might also tangle in the process. So this is the back. I just usually do gesture. I guess the partings and everything. I usually sometimes check with a mirror, but these days I'm kind of good-ish, so I just use my fingers and imagination. That's why you can see me closing my eyes a lot, and it's like I'm thinking through. But yeah, and I like going horizontally, crisscrossing, not straight and not diagonal, just almost like a just like corners, not going straight in, just straight but in a very vertical kind of way. Then I just braid the braid out until I reach the end. Okay, I'm not that fast, but I'm quite fast. And make sure it's like you're braiding like you're twisting, so that you tuck each and every single hairs that are outside so that they're all one. Then when you reach this part, you can let it just lie, as you're going to add in the others that will make it even longer and more curly at the end. So let me do this again, but slowly. So here in front, I decided this is where I'll be showing you how I do those partings, and I just went ahead and did the back very, very quickly ish, but slow. But I went and did the back and made sure everything was looking good and straight. Do you see how they look so full? When you are you seeing the pattern? They're going like they're crossing each other, like almost the design I put at the back where I shaved. So when you do that way, you find that your hair doesn't look empty and it looks full, even though you've really sectioned out very big patterns and you've not jazzed the hair. So that's what I went ahead and did, and I really love how it came out at the back. I'm getting better and better, you guys. So this front part is where I'm going to show you how I go in and how I divide and section my hair, and also how I attach the braid to my hair. So just watch carefully, because this is the part where you actually see what I'm doing. And then here I section the hair before, the way you had seen it, and then now I section that one part where it's going to be the middle. I'll do really nice neat chunky braids there, and also the front part I removed it so I can do very good neat and chunky braids, because it's the front that matters, not the back and everything. That's why I did the back very quickly. So I love this comb because it's the metallic comb. It's very easy if you're using it on yourself to work with, and that's why I take that comb. And then the part that's remained, the part that I've sectioned out to be plaited, I just leave it hanging, and then I divide my braid the way I showed you guys. Make sure one is more narrow. Like you can see, the one on this side, the first side, is bigger than this one. So you just loop them together, and the tiny one should be the one looped in the middle, so that you now come up with 3 strands that are almost equal in diameter and width. So once you have those 3 strands, I'd like you to watch carefully the positioning of my fingers, because I don't think I can really explain that. I'll just jumble with my words. So watch. And always position yourself to the place where you feel most comfortable. Like me there, I feel more comfortable when I grip it like that. I feel like the grip will be stronger. So always find the most comfortable position that you can get. Then, as you can see, this is where I now section the hair into the braid. So I section some hair, let's call it meat, for this first hair of braid. Then the one that's remaining, I divide it into almost 2 equal parts for the 2 that have remained, so that now when I grip each and every strand of hair with the braid, there's none remaining down. Then I use my hands to just go in a crisscross manner, so that I grasp all the hair from both sides, and I make sure I'm very steady here. Don't let the hair slip. Have a grip that you can manage, and make sure you hold that grip there. Don't move it upwards, just stay there, and make sure you grip everything and tighten it as you go, because it's your head and you know how you feel when you're pulling and when you're not pulling. So make sure you tighten the grip from there and be very steady, because this is the part that counts. If this one is good, you can always complete the hair very neatly. So as you can see, I don't change hands here, because I still want it to be like in a uniform pattern. So I will still go with it just like that a little bit, so that I'm able to now turn it around in front of me and start braiding as always how you would braid. Just put it in a comfortable position and start braiding very tightly, so that you can achieve a very neat braid. So I went ahead and finished the whole head into the sections I showed you guys below, and this is how the finished look is supposed to turn out. The braids are looking lovely, very neat and curly at the end. This is just what I was imagining, and they're super long, like you guys can see. I feel like a unicorn, but anyway, besides the point. Oh god, and I left the bathroom door open. Anyway, so I live in those Coasterian houses. It's quite spacious. I like it. The location is good. It's only that it's always noisy. That's why I can't do for you guys a video where I'm talking directly. I always have to do a voiceover, and even so, the voiceover might not be that clear. But anyway, let's go back to the hair. So I left some 4 pieces for you guys so I can show you how I attain the whole look. So after you've done your box braids very neatly and left just a little portion, you can take your Peruvian bout hair or whichever kind of hair you think you'd want to add there. Me just felt like this was the look I was going for, and I use just 1 packet for the whole head, so you don't need much. I oil them so that they're not hard to separate, and gosh, my eyes are glued to the TV. This program was awesome. You can't play it without watching. So that's a word of advice. If you want to play it yourself, have something that you're watching that's captivating you and will drift you away from the tiredness that you're feeling in your arms and your head. But anyway, so I just divide these hairs into tiny strands, then use them. Here we go. So I'll complete the braid first just a little, then add in 1. Are you seeing how tiny that is? And make sure I grip it very well, and the 2 strands, then 1 will remain without, and plait very tightly so that it can be smaller and look uniform and very tight. Braid a little bit, give it some distance before you add the next one so that it is not bulky and no one can tell where you added in the other braids. You can see 1 is the one that doesn't have, so that is where you will add. 1 might be bigger than the others, but if you're very tight and firm, you will not be able to tell the difference. So just keep on braiding very neatly and tightly. As you can see, these braids were super long. I was like literally trying to pull them. Then I decided, okay, yeah, look, you see, but have you seen that the way it's been neatly transitioned? Then I just even put it in my mouth and start continuing to braid because it is so long, and that's just what I wanted. And I know if I'd gone to the salon, they'd charge me so much just because of the length, and they wouldn't understand what I was trying to say. Maybe I would have just talked, and then they'd think I'm a sumboring customer, and then I just decide to settle for whichever that they can do. Do you guys ever feel like that when you go to the salon? You try to explain something that you want, but they don't get it, so you just settle for something that they know, and you just go and you survive with that hair for whatever time you need to survive with that hair. Let me know in the comment section below. So anyway, I leave a sizable amount of hair, then divide 1 of those 3 strands into a very tiny section that I'm going to use to tie. So you guys look very carefully. I like to twist it around so that it doesn't have any leave out. Twist it on my finger to the other corners, you can see, and then bring it inside. But then I won't pull that hoop. I go around below the hoop again, just like we did the first time, and then pull it again under that same hoop I created the first time. Then that's when I pull, when it's gone twice inside that hoop. And this is one of the knots I've been using, and it does not budge. Trust me, if it budges, it's like 3 weeks after you've plaited, and like you can always like survive, and it won't come out because they would have already shikanad kiasi. You know how braids shikana, so it won't come out, it won't run. Like that's one of the best methods of tying. So I'm going to show you guys again. So you guys, I'll just let you watch for yourselves and just see and relate what I said in the first time and the second time. So this is just me doing the braids over and over and over. This is the second one. So after this I'll just be remaining with one. So I just continue braiding the hair. You know, always start small, knowing that where you've come from is so much better from where you're going. So give yourself psych and have an image that you want at the end. I think that's going to motivate you to finish up your braids. I took 1.5 days to do all this. So yeah, it's quite some work, but I think it's worth it. I just enjoy doing this myself at times. It's like me time for me. The last thread, I'm telling you, when I was on this video, I even pulled first of all, went stretched, drank some water, went to the loo, then came back to finish it off. Like, I was so happy to the last strand. And the braids, look at all those braids that remained. Out of all the ones that I showed you, they all remained. So that means it's not bulky, it's very light, and it's still awesome and super long. Like, you know, worth it. Once I'm done with all that, now my hair is ready. I'll just do some leave-in spray because you don't know when you're going to find time and oil your hair again. So I just like moisturizing it really well because the braids seem to be really itchy. You know how braids get, so I just like moisturizing because the braids suck out the oil in your hair. Moisturize your hair, do leave-in sprays. Now this is like care and maintenance for braids. You should be doing this at least every once a week, like twice a week. You should be doing this. Me, I do this almost every 3 times a week. At least I do some leave-in and some oil. But today I was... So next, it's now the braids. We've now finished up with the hair. I'll use my Motions oil. It's like a lotion cream, and then with some Oris, I'll use this to curl up the mousse. I'm using it to lay down all the flyaways and to really curl up those curls. And I'm using the lotion to moisturize the braids so that they just look nice and oily and shiny. Yeah, so as you can see, that's what I'm just going to do. And then I'm going to crunch them up with the mousse. This gives the curls really good definition, and they become really bouncy and pretty and shiny and stiff. It's just awesome, and your hair feels so good. And the best part, it's not aching. Like when you go to the salon, at times your hair aches like crazy. And then now I'll just lay some of the baby hair so you can see how it all turns out. And I love them. They look gorgeous. The baby hairs is slaying. The hair is long. You can put it like sideways. I feel like a mermaid now. Like, they're so beautiful and long and light. I just fell in love with them and I'm so happy. Really happy. You can see me all up in your face. But I was so excited with this hairdo. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. And also you can do this style and show me pictures on my IG to see how it turned out. So anyway, this is me the next day. Actually not the next day, in the evening, and I was just getting ready to go somewhere. I was just called very quickly, so I did a very quick makeup look, very simple, very easy, nothing too complicated, and it was looking awesome. And I just laid the hairs all back and tied just a few in a ponytail, and my makeup, I think it's looking awesome. If you guys want to see this, tell me, I can do a video for it. But anyway, that's how my hair is looking. I'm feeling pretty and I'm ready to step out, yo. You'll see the pictures that I took for you. And yeah, have an awesome week, guys. See you in my next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.